What if the only thing standing between you and your dream is the courage to take the first step? Major Priya Jhingan took that step various times. She didn't wait for the world to change. She changed the world. She made history as the first woman to join the Indian Army, breaking barriers and inspiring generations of women to follow their own paths. Here is her story, one of dreams, determination, and unshakable belief that anything is possible. Hello, namaste, and welcome to another episode of Live Best Skilled, where we dive into the stories that inspire us to think big, act boldly, and embrace life's turning points. Today, I'm going to share a story that's all about taking risks, embracing change, and making life-defining decisions. This is the story of Priya Jhingan from Shimla, the first woman to join the Indian Army as commissioned officer. But her journey is more than just about wearing a uniform. It's about the pivots or decisions we make, at crucial moments that completely change our life. And so let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a moment in your life when you faced a choice that could change everything forever? That's a pivot, a moment where your next decision determines the direction of your life you'll take. Priya Jhingan's story starts with the one simple question she asked at the age of 21. While she was, still in college, Priya saw an advertisement in the newspaper calling young men to join the Indian Army. Now, Priya had always dreamed of serving in the army. But here was the problem that, this ad was only for the men. Why, she wondered, why women couldn't join the army too? Why was this opportunity limited only to the men? At that moment, Priya had a choice, either to wait for someone else to do something or to, take that initiative herself. And true to her nature, Priya chose to take that initiative. She wrote a letter to the Chief of Army Staff asking him to consider letting women serve in the army. She included her credentials, her fitness levels, and even her passion to serve the country through the army. Now, you might think this was an impulsive move, a random college girl writing to one of the highest ranking officers in the country. Surely, it won't go anywhere. But guess what? He wrote back. Sometimes taking a bold step leads to the extraordinary moments. In his letter, the Chief of Army Staff thanked Priya for her enthusiasm and told her, that the army would in time open up for women. He asked her to focus on her studies and physical fitness, and Priya, being the go-getter she was, followed his advice. She studied law and made sure that she was in the top physical shape, all while keeping her dream alive. Fast forward to 4 years, Priya saw another ad. This time, it was for women to join the army. It was like a dream come true. 25,000 women applied, 250 were called for interviews, and Priya, she was one of the 25 women selected to be a part of the very first batch of female officers in the Indian Army. She proudly became Lady Cadet Number 1, breaking barriers for women everywhere. But of course, life had more lessons in store. On her very first day at the Officers Training Academy, Priya was rushed to the hospital for a kidney stone attack. Imagine that. After years of dreaming about this moment, and on day 1, she was lying in a hospital bed. She was devastated. She knew that if she stayed too long in the hospital, she might miss her chance to join her batch. But Priya wasn't going to let this setback stop her. She fought through the pain, and after 3 days, she was discharged. But when she rejoined her training group, she couldn't keep up with the other cadets. She felt disappointed, in herself. Here, she was physically fit and strong, and yet her body was betraying her. But Priya didn't give up. In fact, this was the moment she had her breakthrough. One day, while doing a cross-country run, Priya found herself running ahead of the entire group without even trying her hardest. Suddenly, it hit her. She wasn't held back by her pain. It was the doubts in her mind that had been holding her back. She broke free from those fears and ran with renewed strength and confidence. That's when Priya realized the power of tenacity, the ability to keep pushing forward no matter what obstacles life throws your way. In her own words, tenacity is about having the courage to keep moving even when things get tough. She finished her training, went on to serving for 10 years in the Indian Army, and became a respected officer in the Judge Advocate General's department. But even after all that success, Priya had to face another pivot. After 10 years, her service in the army came to an end. It was the time for her to move on, and this time she had to reinvent herself again. At first, she felt lost. The army had been her purpose, and now, without it, she wondered what was next. But Priya didn't stay stuck. She chose to stay open-minded and embrace new opportunities. She went on to study journalism and became a publisher. She trained professionals in soft skills, mentored young girls, and even became a motivational speaker. Through each new chapter, she found new purpose. After her time in the army, Priya kept pushing her limits. She led an all-women rafting expedition on the Ganges, which is not at all easy feat. The Ganges is known for its powerful currents, and rafting there requires a lot of strength and teamwork. But Priya's leadership, was about more than just giving instructions. She led by example, showing the women on her team that they could face the tough challenges together and win. And that was not only the adventure she took on. In 2019, Priya climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest mountain in Africa. She led a group of young girls, the youngest being just 15, to the top. Priya was 51 that time, but she showed the girls, no matter your age or experience, with hard work and determination, you can achieve anything. It wasn't just about reaching the summit. It was about inspiring the girls to keep going, even when it got tough. Priya also joined the show Khatron Ke Khiladi, where everybody knows contestants, they face intense challenges. Even though she didn't win, Priya proved her courage and strength, showing that no challenge is big. It was all about facing your fears and inspiring others to do the same. Priya's story doesn't end here. She has beautifully written her journey in her biography, Marching On. Through its pages, she shares her remarkable life, the challenges she faced, and the lessons she learned along the way. The title itself reflects not only her service in the army, but her indomitable spirit. Because, she's still marching on. Priya continues to inspire everyone around her with her unwavering strength, determination, and courage. Her story shows us that leadership isn't about talking, it's about doing. Priya led by example. She didn't just talk about what needed to be done, she showed everyone how to do it. Priya's journey is a reminder that life won't always go the way you plan. There will be times when you feel uncertain or lost, but the key is to keep going. Embrace the change. Face the challenges and trust that you will get stronger along the way, just like Priya did. So, what's your pivot? Are you at a point in your life where you are not sure what to do next? Don't wait for someone else to make that change for you. Take control, just like Priya did. Your next decision could be the one that changes everything. Thanks for tuning in today. I hope Priya's story has inspired you to keep going. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe to the Live Best Skill podcast. Share it with your friends and leave us a review. Until next time, keep living your best skilled life. May God bless you.